Going. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going. We're on live. All right, Mike.
Good morning.
Good
What's
morning.
going
Well,
on? How are you?
to you, I'm doing. It's night to me. It's 8 o'clock here.
Of
Eight
course.
p.m. So
Yeah.
getting
8
into
a.m.
my.
here. So
Yeah, you just starting. I'm ending. Well, Mike, I guess first let's start out. Just tell us what you did before. You were a coach, and what did you coach, and where,
I
and
taught
how?
I taught high school for 32 years at Lusinger High School in Lawndale. Uh, One school the entire career, which is doesn't really happen much anymore, but it was kind of it ended up working out pretty well because I'd be doing back to school night and teacher parent night, and I'd have moms by the end and a couple grandmas
Mhm.
by the end that I actually had in class. I had a principal that I worked under that I actually
That
had in class.
would be
So like
weird.
it's yeah, of course, it's kind of neat just being in one neighborhood forever and just kind of knowing everybody and people knowing you. And, when you say something, it seems like they listen a little bit because they know you're in it for the long haul.
But what was it kind
And
of
then I
weird with the
coached, I
principal?
coached, yeah, he ended PE all the way up to being my boss. So that was kind of interesting, but Howard's a good guy, so it worked out fine.
Didn't
I
you? Would you
coached
teach?
football for 15 years. I coached wrestling in Orange County for a couple years, and had gave up football because I had the opportunity to do some strength and conditioning privately with a friend of mine who we uh, set up his garage and ran a bunch of athletes through there, and it was just different. I always enjoyed the preparation, the preparing the athletes for peak performance as much as I did coaching the game. So the off season was always super enjoyable for me. So that transition was actually very easy. I enjoyed that a lot.
So the wrestling was in Orange County, not at your high school.
No, not at our high school. We don't even have wrestling
Oh, they
at
don't.
our high school. So I moved down to Orange County, and I just actually walked in the wrestling room and asked the coach if I could help him with his heavyweights because I just was getting some rolls in.
Uh huh.
and and then I just continued and kept coaching, and then ended up the second year being the head girls coach when they broke off and started. Well, it wasn't the start, but really trying to separate the girls team from the boys team. So that worked out good.
Did
So
you
I
wrestle in
enjoyed
college
that.
then?
I wrestled badly in high school, but no, just nothing after high school.
Nothing after high school. Well, then when
No.
did you get into jujitsu?
I didn't really get into jujitsu till maybe 40ish, maybe a little
Yeah.
before 40. I started at Rodrigo's place, over uh, Rosecrans and the freeway across the street from
Oh yeah,
Costco.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I started there, and then I moved over to off of Torrance Boulevard and started Andre's first summer, and uh, when Javago was there, and there were three of us in the morning, and Andre was struggling a little bit, but boy, he sure has made it work now. It's
Yeah, yeah. I saw the pictures
exploded.
and videos, man, of the new place.
Yeah, it's
It's
awesome.
nice. It's nice.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I
sure
remember those
is.
5 o'clock rolls with you too at
Yeah,
Torrance.
I did a 5 o'clock roll actually. The day, what was that? I Christmas. I think we rolled on Christmas Eve was my last day, and then I flew out Christmas morning. So
Is it still
we
the
did
same
it
guys
all
that were
the
going
way
there?
through.
Derek
Yeah,
and
Derek and
Pedro?
Pablo,
Pablo, yeah.
and then we added Richard, who was a is a Gardena policeman, and he's awesome to have around. Black belt. He trains at Ponza's place mostly, and he's a good guy to have around.
Yeah.
Quick and knowledgeable and just a good role.
And now you used to go to Thailand before you even moved there, didn't you?
Yeah, of
On
course.
vacation?
I dealt on the personal side. I dealt with my parents having cancer together for about 8 years, and when my dad finally passed away, my mom passed first, but I decided that, boy, I'm going to start living this because
Yeah.
we're not going to be around forever. And I bought a ticket, came here for spring break, took an extra week on the back end of spring break, stayed 2 weeks, came back in the summer, came back the next Christmas, and just started coming. And
Well, what made you go there
just
first? Did
enjoy it.
somebody tell you about it, or
You
you?
know, you remember the guy that he was a X-ray technician. He
Yeah, I think.
He trained at Elite a little bit,
Yeah.
and Elite took a gym trip, and they all came over here together. And he was telling me about it, and I said, "Sounds perfect." So I set myself up to go immediately, and
Yeah, I'm going to try
stayed
and
at a
experiment
little.
here. I think my
Yep.
wife's phone came on here. Oh, it did.
Oh,
Okay. Well, I'll try it again.
there we go.
All right.
Sounds
It's a
you're
better
there.
camera. Yeah.
Yeah,
Till it breaks down
looks
again.
great. Exactly. While it's working.
For
So
now.
that's where I got the idea was always in the back of my head to start traveling and doing some stuff. It was just where I was going to go.
Yeah. You're at Phuket. I thought you'd go somewhere before. Didn't you go somewhere more in the interior, where it's cheaper
Yeah, I
instead of so
went.
touristy?
I've stayed in Chiang Mai. I stayed in Bangkok for a legitimate amount of time, and then I just came to Shillong because uh, just easier for me because I got a couple contacts because I got to get my visa all set
Uh,
up for the long term. So it's not what you know, it's who you know, of
yeah, I
course.
remember when we were there. These guys that were staying for months and months and months, and they're having to give their visa to somebody, and they take it across for them to somewhere else and get it stamped, and then come back again,
Yeah,
and then after
yeah,
whatever 3 months they do it again, and
yeah. So with this one, I'm going through all the. Your camera's off, by the
yeah,
way.
forget it.
Uh, uh, I This next one is going to be full retirement visa, which will be 15 months, and then every yearly check-in. So
That's kind of new, isn't that visa for the retiree there, or is it?
don't know
Yeah,
how new it is, but the rules seem to be changing. So the
do you have to have
faster
some
I
kind
get
of
it done, yeah, I have to have proof of pension.
income? Income,
And
yeah, a certain amount. It'd have
yeah,
to be a certain amount. Yeah.
yeah, but the amount's nothing extravagant. I mean, teacher's pension, I'm not exactly buying a Rolls Royce, but I'm doing okay. So,
Well, and pretty soon you'll
uh,
get the Social Security too. Huh? So,
and
yeah, later.
they switched the law that I get full all my Social Security now too. So,
When do
and
you
then
get?
I
When
have
you got to be? How old do you have to be?
62.
62. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the same as
Yeah,
me. 'Cause they only keep changing it. I
yeah.
didn't know if you were at the line where they made it what 66 or 65 or
Yes,
something.
I think the people not far away, not that much younger than me, got pushed back, right? They
Yeah,
got pushed
somebody
back
did.
to 65 or something. So I don't know. I don't worry
Yeah.
about all that.
Well, I tell my wife, yeah, you're just paying it in for nothing because you're not going to get any of it. So, 'cause she's only like 45.
Yeah,
So
but it sure
you
is
just
nice because we weren't getting state employees with the government pension
uh
weren't getting our Social Security for a long time, and they just changed it. So
uh
you know, but so that worked out good.
now when you got to Thailand, what's kind of the funniest, weirdest things that you started notice at first? Were really strange. I guess culture shock or whatever you want to
I
call it.
I think the the driving situation is
Ah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
everything is like no one like really stops like
Well, that's like
but every
Brazil. Yeah,
yeah but everybody's chill, like no one's mad. You
yeah.
just but if you stop you screw the whole thing up.
Well, yeah.
So everyone kind of flows together and you know
I remember when we were there, I almost killed me and my wife on the scooter. At first, I was real paranoid, because going. Okay, be careful. Okay, don't get confused. Don't get confused.
yeah.
Then I got relaxed. And one time we're sitting there. There's a 4 lane. And we're going to enter that. And by that time, it's like 2 or 3 weeks. So I just kind of just automatic pilot. And I just going to turn right. So all I did was look left. And
Oh
then I
right.
just turned
Yeah.
right. And here's a truck coming straight at us. He slammed on his
Yeah.
brakes and was going sideways. Oh, man, that was the closest I think I've come to die in there.
It's hard to break those habits of
Yeah.
looking the opposite way first, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I was on a
it's
scooter,
interesting. I
so
don't even.
yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you. I rent a car.
Oh,
I'm
you
not
do?
doing.
Yeah, I was too
Yeah,
cheap. I was too cheap.
yeah. I'm one scooter spill away from like lifelong retirement. So I see these poor kids. They come here on vacation and they're wrapped from head to toe,
uh,
raspberried up from dumping that scooter.
we're
I'm
here.
like, oh my God, no
What
thank you.
about this here?
Yeah, I
Wait,
I got you. I
this.
don't know where you went.
Do you see? Are you seeing this? Can you see it?
Oh yeah, I'm
That
seeing all the
the five people on a
yeah,
scooter. Yeah,
yeah, multiple
yeah,
generations.
yeah. That
It's
was a
like,
weird. That kind of freaked me out.
yeah, everybody's busy. You got to get where you're going.
Sometimes with the bags of
That's good.
groceries on top of all that.
It's amazing. But if you've been riding a scooter since like you're 6 years old, like you don't even get phased.
And
But
another thing that kind of was weird to me was I don't know if it's everywhere or just in Bangkok. This mess, these wires.
oh, the wiring, that's
Yeah,
like
have you ever seen
it's
anything
like
like that?
Mexico
Man,
wiring. Like
that was
yeah, I don't
crazy.
know how the poor guy ever figures out what's going on, but
Yeah,
everything's moving, so it's all
I
good.
guess. Yeah, you got electricity. I guess. I don't know if they're doing like in Brazil, like probably I don't know 75 or in the favela. Everybody they just it's illegal. They're just running it off the main lines and nobody's paying for it. I don't know if they're doing the same thing there.
I have no idea.
Well,
Uh,
now how long you been there? You went back. You went there in December to
yeah,
retire
I
there.
went December 19th was my last day at school,
Ah,
and then I flew out Christmas morning, and I'm here. I'm not going back, so
you're not going back.
I don't
To
see
visit?
any reason to. Yeah,
No.
well, probably not. People would rather come visit me, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And
So,
so you're
but
going to doing some strength and conditioning there now too. Getting started in that,
trying to get
or personal
everything
training.
going, like more on the hopefully people are like want to come like for a month or
Uh
two
huh.
and really make some like life changes, and I don't really have any desire to like go to work every day and like train in a
Uh-huh.
facility. But I do have a desire, like if you show up and you've made the decision to really clean up your act, or you have some health issues that you have to make some real decisions and get yourself, your body back, your mind back, and get moving in a positive direction. I would love to do that. So I'm starting. I'll have my website up soon, and I'm just doing my stuff on TikTok and trying to be seen a little bit. So everything is Coach Mike Fit 60
Mhm.
on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, but mostly the majority of my stuff is on TikTok. I post my daily workouts and try to just truthfully tell people, like at 61, like what we can do. And I my philosophy is a lot different than a lot of people. As you know, and you believe, it's not the rest; it's the differentiation of the training that gives you the ability to train. I mean, my goal is to train every day doing
Yeah.
something. Doesn't
Yeah, I
have to
do
be the
something. Yeah.
same thing,
I'm
but
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
see
just
any
walking
reason
or
not to get 90 minutes in
yeah.
when you rest. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said at least I do like walking
When
on an
you're
incline.
training
Yeah.
90, yeah, I lift pretty much every day. And some days are heavier, some days are harder, some days are 3 reps with the same weight, and other days are 6 reps with the, like, I have no absolute reason to care at all of, like, if I'm benching 315 anymore. Like, that
Uh-huh.
has nothing to do with what I'm doing. But I do think that we should be doing something every day. If you're training for 90 minutes a day, you still have 22 and a half hours of rest. I mean, how much rest do you need, right? So uh, I try to get something done. Like yesterday, we did a ridiculous boxing workout. So that's
Muay
what I
Thai or
did
Western boxing? Muay
yesterday.
Thai. Muay Thai.
It was it was upper body Muay Thai because I did a little hip thing where, like, I just wanted to, like, not do kicks yesterday. So just elbows, punches, and it was an awesome workout. So then if we work that hard there, then I'll lay off the weights. It all goes with intensity, and
Yeah.
what I can get done, and I don't have to go to work for 8, 10 hours a day either. So that makes it easy. And I've always teaching PE. My weight was always lower during the school year than non-school year because I'm always on my feet.
Uh-huh.
So
Well, you're probably not
I,
snacking or
I
anything too so much, like when
yeah,
you're home.
exactly. Yeah, that's one thing that you're not doing. So uh, between the Muay Thai, getting some jiu-jitsu in, getting a little wrestling in, and getting my weight work, all the extra outside the gym stuff is just so I don't have to do cardio. I hate cardio. I hate elliptical. I rather get punched in the face than be on a treadmill. So,
Yeah, well, they keep reading. I'm doing it now, but it's so boring that zone
yeah,
two kind of stuff. But if
yeah,
I'm not going, then I don't feel like I'm doing anything.
I I understand. I read all that stuff about low intensity, and come on. If you can't be low intensity if you're on the mat on your back. So like, what aren't you supposed to train like you're supposed to perform? So I think a lot of things cross over from science to marketing,
Uh-huh.
that you can convince people to do stuff that's easy, and you can get paid because you have people do easy stuff. It's hard to get people to do hard stuff and keep paying you consistently. So
Well,
where does the line cross between science and marketing, right?
and they also seems they have to always come up with something new to sell. Like I've got something different. Like remember the Bosu balls, stand on there with one foot and do a curl with one arm, and
Yeah.
always got to come up with something that's just different.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of that stuff gets disproven that there's no more muscle fiber activation standing on the ball than standing on the floor. And, so it's
I
I'm still doing stuff I did when I was a kid. It's just different levels and different weights and different
yeah.
reps. But the whole philosophy, I don't think has really changed that much, you know?
Well, it's also what you like to do. High reps, low reps, whatever you like to do to stick with it. That's the main thing. Um,
Absolutely. And I do a bunch of rep rotations, and and like all this 6 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 weeks. Sometimes you just feel like showing up doing 12s and
yeah.
high reps and some lower weight. Maybe your shoulders just not getting loose or whatever, like, does it really matter if you didn't do threes today? If your body's telling you to lighten the weight and do 12s, I mean, we're still doing the work. The work is the number one priority, not what day 13 of this supposed program says you're supposed to do,
Uh-huh.
because honestly, you can't always do it.
Yeah, what do they call it? Call it more auto regulation. You're talking about, where you just
Yeah,
it's what you
absolutely.
feel like that particular day.
And you just have to trust yourself to work hard enough, and you're not talking yourself out of stuff. You're just going in a different direction today because your body's telling you to. So that comes from, the years of training that you've put in. You know how long you've been training, that you're not bullshitting yourself. You just
Well, that
needed
one
to do
again.
something else today. So
I'm going to give up on this camera. It's
that's okay.
I don't really like this one, but it's
It
consistent.
works.
It's
Look at
consistent.
that. There we go.
Yeah.
Looking good.
And now, when you before at least, I know you were like a grappling coach at one of the Muay Thai camps or something, weren't you? When you were going there in the
Well,
summers.
when I went to Calac years and years ago, the guy who was running it was transitioning some Thai fighters to MMA.
Uh huh.
So I was just helping them, who have never been on the ground, to get some comfort level and be able to get up. Like, the main goal with a Muay Thai kid who's fighting MMA is get up, like, not stay there. You don't want to be outside of your game. Use your skill set. But if someone who's a grappler takes you down, you got to be able to handle that situation and fix it. Don't grapple back.
Oh, I guess a lot of
Work yourself
takedown
back to your
defense you
feet.
probably were working on,
Yeah, and they do, like I learned a bunch from them. They did a bunch of like double leg defense, was fire a knee into
huh?
the guy's nose. Like, that works very well.
Uh
And sprawling works too, but
huh.
I sure didn't enjoy taking a knee to the face when they just react. The reaction time
Uh-huh.
was just boom. They there wasn't a thought process. It was just throw a knee, because that's what they were raised to do. So we took a lot of their own skill set and used it to defend something they weren't used to defending. So it was cool. I enjoyed it. I actually learned as much or more than I taught, probably, because I wasn't used to, like, you know we're used to. You never have to worry about catching a knee
Uh,
when you go for a double leg, right?
yeah.
But you catch one, it never, it never leaves the back of your mind.
Are you training consistently at a Muay Thai gym now too?
I train once or twice a week
The
with
same
a
place?
guy. Yeah, same place
Yeah.
all the time. Friend of mine uh, hooked me up over there because he was opening. His gym is like right next door to his house. His family's like right there. He's a really good guy. I enjoy him, and he has his guys he trains that are going to fight, and then he has his guys that are on vacation, and then he has his guys, like, I think I train pretty hard with zero desire to fight,
Uh,
but it's I enjoy learning the skill set, and I also enjoy the training because it's better than running around the block, right?
yeah. Are you seeing now some more older guys coming over there for training? Because when I was there was nobody but me. Everybody else was like mid 20s.
I see a lot of people. Boy, I I'm glad they're here, but they have really let themselves go,
Oh yeah.
and so I hope that that's gonna be my niche. But are they here? Are they here because they heard it was cool to
Uh-huh.
punch some mitts? Like, are they really here to make some lifestyle changes? Or are they punching some mitts and going and having 8 beers in the afternoon? And and I don't. I am comfortable financially that I don't have to ever train anyone that I don't enjoy training. And that doesn't have anything to do with how you show up, like what physical state you're in when you come to me, but your mental state and the real desire to better yourself is the enjoyment that I get from the training. So,
So you're really targeting more people that are there for like a month or so, not really like expats that are living there. Or,
yeah, I'm not really, those guys they're the market, I guess, is those guys are all, if you're training, then you're like you and I,
uh-huh.
like, and if you're not training, you're not training.
There's not like a lot
Like,
of just older Europeans that are just there for the beach and stuff, and they don't
oh
really.
God, yeah,
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 yeah. A lot of speedo wearing fat
yeah.
dudes, boy, that are thinking they're looking good, but it's all good. I hope they stay healthy because
So you're not
they're
really training a
heavy.
lot of people like that, then, like those like
No,
Europeans or.
no, I'm trying to, like, get to the point where I'm setting you up, like you and I are in contact before you even get here.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh.
you're coming for that month to really set up your commitment. And then I got you mood tied up. If you want to do some jujitsu, I got you.
Oh,
I
that's
got the
cool.
gym. I got the gym set up. I got the food set up. Like, there's all kinds of meal prep places here now. You'd be amazed with what's going on here compared to the last time you were here.
Yeah, all it was
Yeah,
like local Thai food, little
yeah,
mama something another
yeah.
down the. It
Those
was
those
cheap. It was
days are
cheap. It
over.
was cheap.
It it, it is corporate as hell now. And Shillong's not that cheap, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm running up north as soon as I can, getting up to
Oh yeah.
Chiang Mai or even farther, where it's about a third. I would say it's probably a third of the price. Everything, rent, training, the whole. the whole thing, you know.
Well,
So
I know that Tiger Muay Thai. The first time I went there, it was really nothing, pretty basic. Then the next year already, it was already way bigger. And now when I look at it, it's like crazy gym and all these mats everywhere. Guys from Brazil were teaching jujitsu there, and because when I
it's
was
a
there, it was like,
machine.
yeah, the weights were all outside. They're all rusted.
Yeah, those days are over, man. It is. There are multiple camps that
I,
are just a
yeah,
machine.
I always wonder how much that guy that did you ever go to Tiger Muay Thai?
Yeah, I've been there.
Well,
Yeah,
first there was some guy. He was just. I think the story was he was teaching English, and he was obese. Did you ever see You ever see the
yeah,
guy? I
yeah,
saw him. He was
yeah.
there still when I was, and he just did to try to get in shape. And then some people started saying, "Oh, can I come? Can I train too?" And then he started going. I guess, and then when he sold it, he must have made a mint. I guess,
Good for him.
yeah, because it was
He,
exponentially. It was growing like exponentially.
well, you should see it now. It is
Yeah,
literally,
it's probably way more
just
expensive too than when I was there.
it's all exclusive. It's just under 15,000 baht a month.
Uh,
So
I
that's a
went when
lot
I
of
went there.
money.
I would have stayed the cheapest, like the little tiny little rooms for the fighters. They were costing like nothing. I don't remember 500 baht or something. I don't know. But my wife wouldn't go for
Yeah.
that. We had to stay across the street at the luxury, with the pool and everything nice. And so I didn't get to go the cheap route.
That's all right. You probably enjoyed it a little bit.
Yeah, it was still good. Yeah, it was nice to sit out there and
Yeah,
work on the computer right in front of the pool, and yeah,
absolutely.
it was still nice. Yeah,
I
those are my favorite beaches there in Thailand. So, I mean, they beat the hell out of California beaches. I mean, the water's nice and warm. You can see all the way down to the bottom. Uh, nice.
yeah, it's a whole different. It's good. You just have to pick your spots because man, it's crowded
What do you
compared
tell
to
people? What do you tell guys to look for that are like probably older guys, especially that are going? I mean, because I know a lot of the Muay Thai places they want to to kind of really pressure people to do these 5 mile runs every day, and well,
you. I
that's not it's
like
not
the
so
way
cool for joints
the
when you're like 50, 60 years old, pounded on the pavement.
yeah. I think you just have to walk in and demand why you're there.
Uh huh.
Like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. This is why I'm here. I really would like to pick up this skill set, and we will elevate the intensity as we go. But I'm not going to be here at 6:30 and go on the fighter run in the morning. That's for the 20-year-old that's trying to get you to sign them. That's not for me. You're never gonna sign me. So like, why do I have to go on that run? And I'm not, you know, so I'm at Muay Thai to keep me from having to run, not to run more, right?
Well,
So
actually, I don't really know how much carryover that running. I mean, boxers and fighters have done that forever, but it's not really so close to combat sports, what you're actually doing. I mean, it's a lot more anaerobic stuff and a lot of grappling, isometric, and it's not just this steady state boom, 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 boom.
yeah,
I don't know how much that carries over actually.
I think that's just the one of those. That's the way it's
Yeah, the way,
always
yeah,
been done. Things.
yeah,
And
yeah. Well, I did it, so you got to do it.
yeah, I think probably 10 sprints on a decent incline would make you much more explosive in a ring situation. You're still only going 3 minutes around. You're
Yeah,
not fighting to the death, like with no clock. So you have to be explosive still, I think. So,
yeah. I think even I remember
I
reading.
train.
Go ahead.
No, no, go, go,
I
go.
was saying George St. Pierre when he was was still fighting it. He said he wasn't doing any road work. He was doing like intervals and explosive stuff like that, and just interval training, not these 5 mile runs or 10 mile runs or.
Yeah, he was kind of the wasn't he the innovator kind of to
Yeah, I
like
think so. He was doing a lot of
real
stuff, like swimming stuff, a lot of stuff in the pool, and with these
yeah,
things on your hands to give you more resistance when you're swimming, and
yeah,
I
a
think
lot
even
of
like
different things
gymnastics. Yeah, a lot of
for a
stuff.
bunch of mobility. Like I when I was coaching wrestling, and even now I watch a bunch of Russian stuff and
Uh
see
huh.
like what they're doing with their kids in quote unquote physical education
Yeah.
and compared to like what we're doing and what they're doing in wrestling practice and like how young they're starting their mobility training and things like that and how they're like doing some wrestling stuff and then doing some lifting stuff like right there like
Uh
in
huh.
the middle of practice and set up to like do whatever wrestling and then whatever mobility whatever strength all in the same area, and I incorporated some of that stuff with myself. Like I'll do 2 or 3 exercises and then 10, 15 minutes on the elliptical,
Uh huh.
or and then or 2 exercises and like 5 minutes on the elliptical, but try to go like pretty hard. So when
Uh huh.
I'm lifting, my heart rate's up and my breathing's up. So my crazy self thinks it kind of simulates the fighting
Uh
situation
huh.
because I have to use my strength
Uh huh.
when I'm tired or I'm in a fatigue
Yeah.
set. So if I lift tired, not just tired from like 14, 15, 16, but really raise your heart rate and then go do your power cleans or go do your kettlebell swings or and then raise your heart rate even more with the lift and then go back. And so that's how I'm kind of playing with cardio and strength training and hopefully having it transfer athletically, which is punch power with less effort, uh, and then our ground fighting stuff. Uh,
Did you just start that recently? The
I
interspersing
actually
the
been
lifting with
doing
the.
that. Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. Like here it's different, but like at home at UFC gym, like sauna was right there, cardio was right there, and you could lift. So you could heat yourself up pretty good, do cardio pretty hard, and then pick your exercise and train at a pretty fatigued level and consciously because you can't like bench press the guy or your workout partner. So I think that transferred. I mean, you do that a couple days a week, like our hit,
Uh
like
huh.
hit does the same, just different aspects of what they're doing. But I found that 30 minutes on the elliptical was doing nothing to
Uh huh.
transfer
Yeah.
to the mat, where like this stuff seemed to transfer. If because it's all, we all joke when we're rolling, right? You train for 3 months and your cardio is good, and then you take off a week and you come back the next week and your cardio is completely gone, right? So you have to find something off the mat that simulates your training to keep your cardio up, and it seems to work better than straight lifting or straight cardio.
Uh-huh. We were talking about the elliptic, not really carrying over into that. It reminds me of there was a guy I used to train with here a while years back, and a guy came in to start jiu-jitsu. He was a marathon runner. So the first time he went to roll on the mat, He was puking. He
Yeah,
threw up.
right. And he should have the
Cardio like it should be nothing. Gas tank that doesn't end, but it's not the same thing.
and then we can do 5 rounds, and we couldn't run a marathon like, or I couldn't. I
Never.
shouldn't say you couldn't, but
I
I'm
couldn't.
not.
I
And
don't even want to. That's too boring. I don't know if I could do. If I could do it, I don't think I could mentally just be bored out of my mind.
I'd stop and eat somewhere on the way, and it would take me like 3 days to get done.
Maybe I'd go like, I guess the LA Marathon I was reading, I go there. They said that they're going to give finisher medals to people that only do part of it now or something. They don't have to finish
Of
it. You
course,
get a medal for finishing when they didn't finish.
of course they are. Yeah,
So
that's
maybe that's what I
not
would
a
do.
surprise. Yeah, it's not a surprise. Just go straight to the finish line, and then go get your medal, and then get your free food, and call it a day. And a
Well, what do you
T-shirt, I'm sure.
what are you planning
Yeah,
to do now in the future now? And like, you said you're going to go. You say north or east, or where are you going to head to?
I'm gonna go north, eventually north, and I don't really like. I'd never buy a place here. It
Well,
makes
you still
zero
can't, can you?
sense.
You have to have
Yeah,
Thai has to
I
have
can buy
51%,
a condo.
or you can buy a condo, and a Thai doesn't have to
Yeah,
own any of it.
no, because
No
I don't own the land,
land.
right?
Uh,
Yeah, so I own the box. I can I can build a house on somebody else's land.
uh,
But then what happens when their daughter and her new
yeah,
husband decide that they
they
want
want
to, what
it.
I take pick up the house and move it? So it, and like, to be honest with you, like, I can't deal with the plumber or the electrician, or it's just easier to rent. There are 5 million places to rent. So my goal is to go see the country, and you know, at 60, hopefully we got 20 solid years left, but like, we're going to have to like settle somewhere someday, you know, and I'll know where that is. I really am trying to talk myself into training and going over to Japan and
Oh
doing a
yeah,
couple tournaments, and
what
like,
grappling
go,
or
yeah,
jujitsu? Yeah.
jujitsu, yeah,
Uh
jujitsu stuff, and what, go over on a Wednesday or Thursday, train a day somewhere, do the tournament, and then stay a week or two, or whenever Japan decides my visa's up, and in Chiang Mai you can base camp. You can afford to have a little place that you keep forever, and able to travel around and do what you want to do. Down here in the South, it's honestly too expensive to keep the place and then go somewhere for any legitimate amount of time, or too expensive for
huh.
me. So I can do that in Chiang Mai at a third of the cost.
I
Go
guess
see Japan,
yeah.
and
I always wanted to take a boat to Japan because I think there's a boat that you can take all the way over there. I wanted to do that.
from here,
I don't know if it's there was somewhere. It was maybe it was from China. I don't. It was somewhere. There was a boat, and it was like
uh-huh,
15. I don't remember how many hours it was, but I thought it'd be cool.
that sounds interesting. Absolutely, absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff last time I went. A lot of stuff I want to do, but it was a total cluster F, man, because it was one of the times they had a civil uprising. They took over the
Oh,
airport, and we were
yeah,
stuck there in Phuket, and we couldn't get
yeah.
out for I don't remember how long it was.
Some of
So
that
cut.
stuff's a little quieter these days. They just had an election, and everybody seems like they're pretty happy with what's going on. Of course, we have the issues with Cambodia that go up and down, up and down. That's like Hatfields and McCoys. That's never going away, right? So,
Well, that was where I
Uh,
wanted to go. One of the places too we couldn't go to was to Angkor Wat. I wanted to go see
yeah,
that, but we were stuck there where you are in Phuket for 2 weeks or whatever. I don't know. And it was almost time. It was time to go home, so we
yeah.
just barely made
There's
able to
worse
make it home.
places.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Rayong uh, in May, and then handle some visa stuff, and then go up north, and then whatever. Like, it's nice. I got no reason to make a 10-year plan. I'm
yeah.
making 10-minute plans. So it's good.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Because you never know. Because that was my plan. Because I went to Brazil. I built a
Yeah.
house. Everything I had my plan, but things happened, and then we came to visit with my wife. She got pregnant here, and that was the end of my plan was shot. Then before I know, it, I was back to work again every day, and paying all
Yeah,
these
exactly.
bills, and
Yeah. That's all right.
yeah.
He's a good guy. You're enjoying him.
Well, I had 5 years doing what I wanted there, so at least I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
I'm glad.
good.
I wouldn't. I always say that. Well, I really wouldn't trade it for Joshua. I wouldn't have him, so I still it's all good. I'll just
Yeah,
give that up.
exactly.
Give that up. Who knows? He'll
Absolutely.
be going to college soon. He's now time's passing, and I'll just go back pretty soon. We all might all go back when he gets out of
You got
high school.
three. You only got 3 years
Yeah,
left.
yeah, yeah. So you can
You'll make
always do
it.
that.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Uh, when you guys, I'm reading a bunch of your training stuff. Are you you're getting less lifts in and trying to do more cardio these
Yeah,
days?
well, not that cardio.
Not cardio,
Cardio.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm only lifting 2 times a week now, full body, and then I'm doing
yeah.
the intervals, and I've also started doing like explosive, one day at least, of explosive plyometrics and that kind of stuff. I never did any of that before.
Like
Because
broad jump stuff and stuff out on the
that
track.
and sprints on the track, jumping, and these like hops, 1 foot
Yeah,
hops, and those box
yeah.
jumps, and the stuff also for upper body, like with the ball, explosive throws with
Oh
the
yeah.
medicine ball, and all that kind of stuff. At least one day I started doing that. Try to at least
Nice.
maintain speed and explosiveness as much as I can.
Yeah. Are you buying into it? You feel the difference?
Not yet, but
Yeah.
I've only been doing it about 3 weeks, and it's only one day a week right now. I think like when I get close to a tournament, like I'm hopefully this year I'll be able to go to the Master World again. So maybe like
Yeah.
6 8 weeks out, I'll start doing more of that.
Good.
But
That's cool. I
that's something different. I'll
I
try it and see.
yeah, that's you have access to a bunch of stuff. I um like I'm not really grappling or wrestling like a ton, but some, and it seems like my stuff is transferring pretty good because I haven't. It's not like you're at ground zero every time you miss a couple rolls, So that part's good, and I
Yeah.
think I'm recovering a little better. Like I'll do probably like I'll lift 7, but like 3 of those days are a bunch of like whatever you want to call it, a bunch of sprint work, right?
Uh
Like super hard elliptical and training at some kind of lactic threshold. So
huh.
what my weights and my reps are a little bit lower, and then sometimes I train at that lactic threshold and do like fives and threes and
Uh
try
huh.
to go reasonably heavy, like controlled heavy, right? Not danger heavy, not
Yeah. Well, I think that's the
one
main
rep
thing.
max
Is
heavy.
if you're doing good form, I think the problem is when people start get their ego gets in there and start doing this bouncing and
Yeah,
all this stuff, and that's when you
yeah,
start
yeah,
getting
yeah.
injuries.
I
Is that,
never need that last that. I never need that last rep. That's all ego,
I see some.
especially after doing both my shoulders. I'm not doing that rehab again. That was
Like,
just
did you ever see this
miserable.
guy on Instagram? He's from down our way there towards El Campeon. You ever see this dude?
Uh-uh.
Oh, I see some
Tim.
video. The most ridiculous stuff you've ever seen. He puts on like every plate in the whole place and doesn't even move it. He just pushes, or sometimes he moves it about like that far. But I think he got
Yeah.
kicked out of his last gym because he was doing these ridiculous squats and he couldn't even lower it, and it like fell down. Doing these ridiculous squats and he couldn't even lower it, and it like fell down. Long time. I mean, he's always posting all this stuff with every weight in the place on the leg press machine, three belts, three lifting belts, knee sleeves. I mean,
That's crazy.
I'm going to send you a video. You see this guy? It's insane.
That's just makes no sense. But
Yeah,
people have to, uh, I'm like I still lift for performance level. I think still, and
yeah,
and I've always tried to gear it around. Like we all, of course, like want to look good, but it's still performance based and needs to be able to transfer, like to like some things physically. Like I don't put weight on my back anymore
uh-huh,
because of my shoulder surgery. It's tough to
uh-huh.
open up
Oh yeah,
and deal with that weight on my shoulders. So like a bunch of goblet squats, a bunch of hex bar stuff, so then I can still get the leg strength
uh-huh.
and without worried about holding that bar. It's just like even an empty bar
I know what
to
you mean.
open
Yeah,
up my shoulders.
I
Yeah,
hurt my
is
shoulder. I mean, it's
rough.
better now, but for a while, the same thing. If I tried to squat, the main problem was the shoulder, trying to just hold on to that bar
Yeah,
back there.
yeah. So like I just have tried to make some smart decisions, and and just because you expect your 17-year-old inside linebacker to do something doesn't mean like you have to do it, but there's some things he has to do. Like if he wants to play at the next level, he's going to need some numbers. Coaches want to see numbers.
Uh,
That doesn't mean so you don't train him like you, but you don't train yourself like him either. So you just have to accomplish what you are trying to accomplish. Like, I see like you're training your guy with you, and I see you guys out there doing your running and stuff. Like that's super cool, but he's getting a level of training that a lot of kids aren't getting because he
he's beat
has
me
you.
now.
I
That's a
know he's
bummer.
kicking it.
He beats me now in the sprints. Well,
That's
in
not a
squats,
bummer. You're like,
yeah, in the
he
squats,
better be beating you soon.
he kills me in the squats.
Does he? Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
he inherited
Good. Good.
his mom's glutes and thighs, and so
Yeah.
that's his go to thing is
What weight
squat.
did he wrestle this year?
Well, it was a bunch of different because he wasn't varsity, so they would just I guess give him
Oh,
experience. They
yeah,
put
yeah,
him in I guess 165 guy, 150. But I
yeah.
didn't know because I mean, at the end of the summer last year, he was 153. By the end of this wrestling season, he was 135 because
Nice. A
it
good
wasn't it wasn't
135.
intention. Yeah, it wasn't intentional though. The thing is, he would never eat lunch at school. Even when he was in grade school, he won't eat lunch. So when he started wrestling practice, he was missed one whole meal at 3:30. When he came home, I would make him a whole dinner, and then another dinner, and another snack. But that whole meal was probably 700 or 800 calories. It was gone. So he was just gradually losing, losing, losing. But
Yeah.
the last he was 135. So
Wow. That's probably a good jump. He can build from there and muscle that back up. He
Yeah,
probably
I'm sure.
had
As soon as he
some
starts eating, yeah,
baby fat. Yeah.
yeah,
So
because it's just been
good.
over. Well, the last week he missed because he got ringworm on his elbow, so that week he missed. So,
One of the luxuries of being a wrestler, right?
yeah.
It's nice that that doesn't travel through jujitsu as much as it does wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
I guess because
God.
you got the gi on, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's the gi
Even
protecting.
I don't know. I think it's kids, right? Kids are just
Not
kids. You
hygienic.
think
Is not hygienic. Huh?
I don't think so. I don't think we're showing up after 6 hours of class and running around with their friends and whatever, dragging everything into the onto the mat, you know? So God, that would kill you if you were running a jujitsu academy and the word got out, you'd be out of
Oh,
business
yeah,
in a
yeah.
hurry. So that's good. Wrestlers can keep that one. They can have that.
Yeah, I remember once I read some article about like a lot of wrestling camps. When they got people from everywhere, there would be like outbreaks of what is that, herpes?
Really, from
Yeah,
the
the
sweat,
mat.
from
Yeah, you're
yeah.
getting on the mat and then yeah. So yeah,
It's one good thing here, man. The mats are just like you could do open heart surgery. Like they, as soon as you finish, the
uh-huh.
people run out there and clean the mats. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you'd have to do that because like it's so humid and it'd be like a petri dish of growing stuff if you let it.
you would think I think you know how everything's set up with like just a ceiling and not
Yeah.
really walls, right?
Uh huh.
So I think things travel in and out a little
Yeah.
better than
Air,
if
air
you're
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but boy, do they bounce in and clean everything because that's important. You know, people start getting skin stuff and want their money back. That's bad for business in a
Yeah.
hurry.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
So, absolutely.
Well, Mike, you got
Are
any
you?
other tips or anything for anybody who wants to head out there?
I think. Oh, tips were coming out here.
Yeah.
Uh, I one main tip is if you plan on traveling the country, get your main flight here first and then book everything else after you already get here because the the logarithm will give you better prices if you're here than
Oh,
if you're in
really?
the States.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how it does that, but like, seriously, if you're going from Phuket to Bangkok, whatever, it's going to be $45 if you book it here, and it's going to be 95 if you book it in the
Oh,
States, you know?
yeah.
So, like, if you're I know like Americans for sure like have to have every hour planned out like their whole entire life. So it's hard to tell someone's wife like we're going to Bangkok and then we'll just figure it
Figure
out,
it out.
you know. But you can really save yourself a lot of money on hotels and flights in country and things like that. And watch when you book your flight. Make sure you read the fine print to see how much luggage they're letting you take, or they're gonna double your ticket
Yeah.
cost by paying for your bag if it's overweight. So
Uh-huh.
there's little things that not everyone hopefully has to experience that I've experienced, you know? So
I only flew out of Phuket. Going in, we took for as far as you could the train, and
oh, there you go.
not the luxury train, just the regular people train. My wife didn't like. I used to always do all that stuff. I stay at hostels and do all that, and
Yeah,
she wasn't really always happy with my choices. But she got in there to go to the bathroom on the train, and it's just a toilet
yeah,
seat on the floor,
yeah, yeah. Goes right
but
outside,
I thought
baby.
it was cool. I liked it.
Yeah. I'm sure she took over the planning after the
Oh
first
yeah, she
week.
started. Yeah, she started getting an attitude about it after a while about my things, and so started being hotels and like everybody
There you
else
go.
does.
That's all right.
Ah
You
well.
you enjoy it. You enjoyed it. Plus, you didn't have to take the blame for doing it. So
Yeah, well, yeah,
it,
it was a. I got heard a lot of complaints. Yeah,
that's all right. You got it figured out.
yeah.
But I think, like one of the things that I do here, like routine wise, is seriously like I'm sure your summers are get pretty heated too, but like at minimum a liter of water
Uh,
on wake up every morning, which shouldn't be weather controlled, but it is weather controlled.
well,
You
that's
can
something I should
dehydrate.
do, but I always start drinking coffee instead. I keep telling myself to
I,
start drinking water, but I always start with the coffee.
I have 2 cups of coffee in the morning, but my new rule is I can't have my second cup until I've had my water. So coffee, water, coffee. Uh, that's one of the things about just naturally making sure you're hydrated. I tolerate the carbohydrates here. Like this can be like we could do talk about this for 10 hours, but food processing and the like the amount of ingredients per
uh,
on the label compared to the amount of ingredients on our what we're used to
yeah.
in the states. You can get away with a lot more carbohydrate intake. You can get away. That's me. Like you're always your weight. My weight fluctuates a lot. I come from heavy people, so I have to make
Yeah.
good
I'm
decisions.
trying to do the
But
other way. I'm trying to maintain my weight all the time. I always start
yeah,
losing it too easy.
yeah, exactly. But I can get away with the carbohydrates. Like I try to time them like right first thing after, not first thing, but my first meal after training for the day will be my most of my carbohydrate intake. I still train on nothing. I still train on water, electrolytes, and espresso. I, I don't pre-train meals. I like training on an empty stomach and
Uh,
everything post-training. Uh, I am a 5 hour feeding window guy. So like sometimes I don't start eating till like 2 in the afternoon. That has been super successful for me, keeping my weight down where like I want it to be. I don't even want to see 220 anymore. And I've been under 220 for a long time, easy by just shortening
uh,
that feeding window and making sure the majority of my carbohydrates are first meal post training, and had a lot of success. I think diet is like everyone's preaching their own diet, and I think probably 50 things work, but
well,
all 50
everybody's
things don't work for everybody,
yeah.
right?
That's it. That's it. Everybody's metabolism is not the same. Everybody doesn't absorb whatever carbohydrates, protein, whatever it is, the same. Everybody's different, so that's why you can have this diet work for this person, this one work for that person. It didn't work for them.
Yeah, and so I just uh, fiddled with it for forever, and this is pretty comfortable. So two
Yeah, I never
o'clock
had
I
any.
start
Yeah.
eating, done at 7, and train empty stomach, and I've always trained in the morning. You know that. Like
Yeah.
lifted in the morning, jujitsu in the morning, everything in the morning, like pre-work, and then go to work, and then so I can only say that that works because I'm not trying to lift at 6:30 or 7 at night. Like I've never been that guy. So
Well, I don't know how you could be that guy in LA because I sometimes I had to go to like 24-hour fitness at 5 o'clock. It was a nightmare.
yeah, you can't. I don't even want to be around those guys. The morning guys in the gym are good because they have a plan. They're all going to work. The reason they're there is they got kids practice or whatever after work that they have to deal with, and they wouldn't come if they didn't come in the morning. So those guys were always my guys.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I used to go to 24-hour fitness in Torrance at 3:30,
there you go.
so I could
Yeah,
avoid
exactly.
everybody just about. But there still was some people there. Some people were there. I
Yeah.
didn't avoid everyone.
No, it's good. That's nice. The UFC gym was always 24 hours too. Like my gym here doesn't open till 7. I'm like, 7? You guys got to be kidding. I'm like, I'm ready for a meal at 7, and they just got me working out at 7. So that part of my lifestyle has changed. Like my hours have backed off later in the day because why be up at 4:30 in the morning if you can't go to the gym?
Well, talking about that,
So
what is your schedule like now? Like, what do you daily? What do you do? Get up and do what
uh,
first? And
we're I'm up. You know, here you want to hear my spoiled ass self. 7-Eleven delivers my coffee at
they
8 in the
deliver
morning.
7-Eleven delivers coffee.
Yes, sir. So they deliver at 8. The kid that is the delivery guy, he starts at 8. So like I'm up doing like whatever in the morning, and then coffee comes at 8. Get ready, go to the gym, and get whatever training stuff is done. Usually done with that by 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and then start eating and eat pretty consistently for that 5 hours. We'll
so
get
you
it like
so you're not eating one
two.
meal. You're like eating through the whole time, just like snacking
The
throughout, or
I'm eating nothing till post workout, which is so I probably start at 2 o'clock, and then my water is electrolyte and creatine loaded, and that will be a gallon, liter and a half after my liter. So I'm 2.5 liters of water in by 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and I started eating at 2. So late lunch, which is a pretty big meal because I just finished training, and then something else, and then one more major meal, 6-ish, to be done by 7 o'clock.
so two meals a day.
Two and like 2.5, like whatever in the middle. And that feeding window, I can sneak in a dessert. I can sneak in a little peanut butter. I can sneak in some stuff that I like. That if I was doing that from 8 o'clock till 7 o'clock, that would be like 3, 4, 5,000 extra calories. So, I mean, just realistically, right? So, if I can stay within that window and that fasting fasting time, I feel great. I'm not tired by not putting a bunch of calories in my system in the morning. I sleep better, finishing like at 7 and probably asleep by 10ish, like that 7 hours before you go to sleep. I guess it works for some people, right?
Uh,
Like, I'm not going to say it doesn't work. I'm just going to say it doesn't work for me. Like, I don't make blanket statements like this doesn't work. It probably works for somebody, like your feeding situation is completely different than mine because if you ate like me, you'd lose 10 pounds a week, and
yeah.
I'm just trying to stay because our metabolism's completely different. So it would be stupid for someone, a third party, to tell us to do the exact same thing. It would make no sense. So,
Yeah, that's exactly true. It's everybody. Well, it's also what you're comfortable with. Not you got to stick to it. That's a problem. If it's something somebody tells you to do this, but you just hate it, you're not going to stick to it. So it's
yeah,
not going to work.
yeah, I try to, like, when I was teaching and doing my weight training classes at school, like the kids were set up for breakfast, nutrition, and lunch. You could get two out of those three was the rule. And I was like, you guys have got to at least do lunch or nutrition. You got to do that post workout meal. Like, I do think that is the most important. And now that I'm working out later, I start later. Like when I was working out at 5:30 in the morning, I thought that 8 o'clock protein shake was pretty important,
Uh-huh.
you know? So it's the same plan, just on a different table now that we're backed off during the day a little bit. So
Well, Mike, I guess I better let you get going on your day because it's what time is it there now? Like
it
10, 10,
is
9
nine
o'clock in the
eleven.
morning. Yeah, you got to get
Yeah,
work. Got to go work
my
out, or what do you got to do?
my 7-Eleven guy's wondering
Uh,
why I haven't called to order
oh,
yet.
oh, you call. Oh, you got to call.
I'm not that spoiled. He doesn't just show up
Yeah, I
yet,
remember
but
Seven
I'll get
Eleven.
him.
I'd never seen so many 7-Elevens in my life. I mean,
I
God,
know.
there was like every corner had a 7-Eleven. How do they even operate on these 7-Elevens?
There's literally two now. There's one up by right before you, like if you're going the not the beach side, but the other side down the street. There's the old 7-Eleven, of course, that's been there forever. That was like the only thing here. Tiger, 7-Eleven, and Titan, and then there's a brand new one. Like, boy, the new one's fancy. It's got like seats and a little bench where you can eat your lunch. Some of these kids, I swear to God, are eating all three meals at 7-Eleven, and nutritionally, there's worse. Like, they have real food at 7-Eleven.
Uh-huh.
Like, you can get away with a 60 bat lunch, and you can do it cheap if you
What is it
want to
still
do
around?
it
What is it,
cheap.
about 30 to 35 per dollar? What was it running now?
Oh God, no, not
What is,
anymore. It
what is it now?
finally it finally hit 32 yesterday,
Uh,
but it's been running at 30 for a long
uh,
time. And I think, it has to do, I don't know. We don't control any of this, but as high season, the dollar's
yeah.
always lower. And then when low season comes around, all of a sudden the dollar pops back up when they need people to come. So it's all bullshit, but whatever. So it was down to 30 for, like a long time.
Yeah.
And with the prices up, like Phuket's not Phuket, It
Uh-huh.
is like it's like Tiger's almost 15,000 a month. That's $500 a month for
Is that just
training.
training? Just training or staying? Just training?
That's
Just
all
training.
exclusive training. Like, you
Uh,
can go to any
uh,
training you want, and I'm not trying to talk bad about Tiger because they're not even that expensive. If
No, there's
you
more.
line every, there's places that are way more. So, but I guess it's set up for people that are like going for a month a year or 2 weeks a year. It's you just got to sneak yourself in and get it figured out, and then once you get your visa, then you get a different rate if you're
uh,
a local.
oh yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I think
absolutely, you
I
get a
think I
different.
remember that even when I went. I think I remember something about that. There
Yeah,
was a different
so
rate for local. Yeah.
like my visa is going to cost me a couple bucks, but in the long run, I'm going to save so much money by getting that locals only price that it's going to be definitely worth it. So I'm looking forward to having that thing and getting some things settled, and retirement's started. I get my first check shows up April 1st.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh, that's the first one.
yeah, I'm waiting. The first one hasn't showed up yet, but I, I, I got some things from them that have been automatic, direct deposited. So it should work out. So I'm excited. I can calm down and get my visa taken care of,
Yeah.
as long as my pension's showing up and I can prove it, then, our re I know this is going off on a tangent, but our our consulate has decided to not. They used to give a proof of pension stamp
Uh-huh.
that you turned into Thai immigration. They've decided not to do that anymore.
Hmm. For what
Like,
reason? No reason.
because like having anything to do at all is probably too much, right? Like, what exactly is their job? That's the job we need, is being an ambassador to some tropical country and just do nothing. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
that
what
sounds
is that
good.
guy? What
That's my
is,
kind of job.
I know, right? What's that guy's job?
Well, that's what people
So
ask me
yeah,
about being retired, and I go, "Well, that's the best job I ever had."
I know, right? Exactly.
There's no
So
job.
look, little coffee this morning, little gym, and then it's Saturday, so I'm trying to figure out how to watch some of the NCAA wrestling championships. Should stick your kid in front of that. Let him watch some
Ah,
some.
yeah, he is. He won't even watch his own videos. I go, look, watch this so you can see what you did wrong. Ah, no,
Yeah,
I don't. He just wants to play video games.
I know. Yeah, thank God there weren't video games when we were kids, right?
Well, we had
So
Pong. Pong, you remember Pong?
yeah, and Breakout. Those
I
were
don't
the
remember
two.
Breakout. I don't remember that one.
Uh,
I just
yeah.
remember we had that Pong thing on the TV with the little dial. Bing, bing, bing,
Uh,
bing, bing.
uh, Amazing what we've lived through, right?
Yeah. Well, all right, Mike. I guess I'll let you get going. Thanks for
That was
doing this with me.
that was awesome.
Okay. Well,
You got
see if,
anytime you have something you want to cover, I'm game.
okay.
So
Cool.
we
We'll see
can
if.
hash through something and decide whether we believe it or not,
Yeah.
or
Well,
go try it.
I hope for me
Send
and
me
Joshua to
something to
come up to
go.
see you.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
The wrestling place that training at, he'd enjoy that kid. I mean,
What
he's
they
a
have
kid
a
to us, but
wrestling
we
like we do here in the states. It's not just grappling. Like
yeah,
it's
Phuket. Yeah,
wrestling.
he's from Pennsylvania.
Ah.
So they do a bunch of freestyle stuff. One of the
Ah.
coaches is Iranian, and one of the
Ah.
coaches is American. And the American kid does a bunch of folk style because the MMA guys say folk style transfers better to
Ah.
MMA than freestyle does. And, I'm not good enough at either one of them to know which transfer is better. But so they're doing good stuff. And he's just a a guy you want your kids around, which is more important, you know. So
That
he's
sounds
cool.
cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That
So
would be awesome.
it would be.
Get him through his sophomore year,
Mm,
and junior senior, we'll get him summered up and ready to go
mm.
for hardcore varsity.
Yeah.
You guys are in a hotbed of wrestling, right?
Well,
Aren't those kids
I couldn't believe it, man. These kids, because this school never had wrestling till 2 years ago, but all of them are already wrestling for like 8 years now. Some club somewhere else. I mean, yeah. I mean, one of them from this little town here just won. They just won state, and some girl won state. There's only like
nice?
4,000 people in this town.
That's all right. Good for them. Well, as long as he's having fun, that's all
Yeah.
that matters.
Well, it was fun when he won. It was getting kind of unfun when he pin, 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 pin.
Yeah. Well, it was probably a little shock when he thought he was going to wrestling practice with a bunch of freshmen like him that have
Yeah,
never
yeah,
wrestled,
yeah.
and they're all like geared up and
Yeah.
got their shoes are 5 years old because they've been at practice forever. And so he'll get the
Yeah,
hang of
it
it.
was a shock. We didn't expect that.
That's all right. He'll get the hang of it. He'll be
Yeah,
strong by next year and
yeah,
ready to go.
yeah.
And
Well,
he can cut down if he ended up at 135 and is supposed to be 145 or like whatever his real in shape weight is. He starts wrestling those guys instead of the 165 guys, then he'll do better.
yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, I think one thing was he finally started being aggressive and attacking rather than just waiting to react to the other guy. He would try like these takedowns once in a while, but I could tell it was half-hearted. He really didn't commit. It was just kind of okay, yeah, stick my hand out
Yeah.
here, and I'm afraid to
Yeah.
he's going to sprawl on me, so I'm not really going to shoot. But now he got fed up with that
Yeah.
and just said, okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to go for it. And I was like
Good.
in shock. What? Who is
That's
this? What
awesome.
happened to
Good.
him?
Is he gonna do some you guys got some summer stuff that they're
Yeah,
having
yeah,
him
yeah. The
do?
same place where everybody's been going to this summer. We're going to go.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
yeah, train there. And
Good.
I wanted to actually go. You probably remember like Daisy Fresh. You know what Daisy Fresh?
Yeah.
They're kind of
Yeah,
near
of
us. And
course.
Michael Pixley, you know who that is? Yeah.
Yes,
So
I do.
yeah, I think maybe we could drive out there. It's like an hour away, so it's
Nice.
kind of far. But I was thinking that'd be kind of cool too for the summer. So we'll see.
That would be cool. Next time I see you, you'll have your Daisy Fresh t-shirt on. Very good. That's
All right,
awesome.
Mike. Well, thanks, and you enjoy your day. Enjoy your 7-Eleven coffee.
I will do that, bro.
Okay.
Thank you. This was fun.
All right. Yeah, it
Anytime. You
was.
know that.
Yeah.
Talk
Thanks.
soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.